All right, y'all. Just a little, I keep looking over there to see if that flip button is gonna show up, and it never shows up. I don't know what's wrong with this phone. Why can't you flip the screen while you're taking a video? That doesn't make any sense to me in this world of technology that we live in. Come on, iPhone, get with the program, for crying out loud. Make a man want to spit fire. Whew. Anyway, so just wanted to give y'all a little update on the, daylight look at what the mulberry plants look like, and a little bit of, I don't know, something about what I got going on around here, and the plans and things like that. So here's the cuttings. Sorry for the shaky video again. So I didn't count them, but they've been out here for what, 2 days now, and these leaves are still green, right? And they're a little sad, but they're not super sad. So that gives me some pretty good hope about things to come. You can see, I don't know if you can see, maybe it's not gonna zoom in, but the sapwood and everything is still moist. So that's giving me a lot of hope. So gathered some eggs. Mr. Gnome's laying down on the job again. He keeps getting pushed over for some reason. Need to screw him down or something. So that's today's egg haul. This is one of the things that I have to fix over the winter. I don't know if I'll be able to fix it or not. Over the winter, this thing started leaking, and I tried to fix it just in a hurry. So I got to fix that. Let's just take y'all over here, show you the next thing that's going on, which is going to be the hydroponics build. Okay, I'm going to show y'all how I'm going to do it this year. I've done it. I did it different whenever I did it. Okay, by the way, let me mention something. I told y'all that I have hydroponic and aquaponic videos on YouTube already, and I started a YouTube channel called South Mississippi Aquaponics, and I mean, that was my thing for 5 years. I didn't take a lot of videos because usually whenever I went out there and was doing things, I was doing it by myself, and it's hard to film with one hand and get stuff done. Today I'm gonna digress for a minute. Today I went to Walmart to try and find me a little tripod stand for me to be able to film and everything like that. I got the Logitech. It was 20 bucks. I got the Logitech little tripod. It's not an extendable one. It's just one that's a tabletop type, you know. Had a bunch of little cool gadgets. Had a little LED light that was super bright. I mean, that was cool. I went to screw the dadgum cell phone squeezer thingy onto the pin, onto that stud. It's made out of some horrible metal alloy that I don't even know how they threaded that garbage. You know, honestly, I mean, I'm a machinist. I don't know how they threaded that. I mean, it was softer than butter. I screwed it on one time, tightened up the little grip for it to where that it wouldn't be all shaky and everything like that, because the thread pattern was so stinking loose. Yeah. So I'm taking that back, getting my 20 bucks back, and I'm going to get on Amazon and find a better one, and I'm going to look at that thread pattern on that dadgum, on that. By the way, I do have bug spray on, but they're just thick, man. And I don't have any ordinary bug spray on. It's organic. It's like natural bug spray, citronella, cedar oil, cedar oil, coconut oil. There's something else. I'm going to show it to you. It's made over in Georgia. I'm going to give these guys a shout out because I use it all the time. I don't use off or anything like that. Nothing with DEET. That stuff's bad for you. Anyway, so without further ado, so this is what we got going on. And yes, my yard is a mess just like everybody else. I'm not going to say everybody else, but a lot of homesteaders out there have a lot of stuff. And I have stuff, So I don't feel so bad for having stuff now. I have, as Jess from Roots and Refuge would say, I have found my tribe. Okay, so these are the cabbages that I'm going to be doing the hydroponics with. Okay, there's some here. I had to give them a little dose of fertilizer because they were starting to get a little yellow, but man, that was yesterday, and overnight they have greened right back up. These are some of the blackberries that I did get from Lowe's. Yes, I did. Let's see, what's the variety? I think I got two different. That's the Apache, and I think this is the Kiowa. I think I got an Apache and a Kiowa because they go together. So little rosemary I picked up. This one's doing a little sad. I don't know if that one's gonna make it. It probably will once I put it in that, get it on that hydroponic solution. So all of these, I threw a little fertilizer on those yesterday. They were looking a little sad. Look how green they are. Yep. Little rabbit poop. And my purple potatoes are coming up. And yes, these are crawfish holes. Dude, y'all, I have been amending my soil beds and raised beds with shrimp holes and crawfish holes. There's stuff breaking up. This stuff's coming through. Look, there's one right there. I've amended them with crawfish holes and shrimp holes for a long time. And yeah, it's a little stinky at first. It's a little stinky at first, but whenever those things dry out and they get crumbly, they go right into the bed, and you can amend them right up in there, and it works great. It's just good. So before the cabbages are going to get planted, I have to get these in the ground because some of the frost took some of my rattlesnake beans, and these are my these are the not volunteers, that's the wrong word. Volunteer is something that comes up from seed. These are the guys that are gonna replace the ones that got killed off by that last freeze that we had. And that was a little project that I did last year. And everything's come back except for that. And that was Thai basil. Thai basil did not come back. Everything else did. I think that's thyme. That's some kind of, I think that's lemon balm. And that is oregano. Okay. This is my giant citrus tree, which produces gazillions of these little things, and these are left over from last year, and they're still, like, they're good. You know, now you talk about tart, whoo, man, you bite into one of these suckers, you better have your pucker pants on. That's all I've got to say, because they are tart, and I don't know what they're called. Okay, if anybody knows what these things are, let me know. But I'm gonna start grafting some other, varieties onto this tree. I've been doing a lot of research on grafting, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep some of these though, because they go great in like citrus water. If you want to make a citrus splash water or something like that, it's great for that. If you want to turn a carbon steel knife and give it a nice patina, put a little of this on there, and you'll have a great patina on your high carbon steel knife, guaranteed. I did that with my Maracniv. I think I said that right, but anyway. And boy, it put a really pretty patina on it. And well, actually I polished it up because we went camping and it got rusty. Long story. Anyway, all right, so show y'all where the hydroponics is going to be set up at. This is where the hydroponics is going to be set up at. Jeremiah and Jess, y'all built y'all's beds with, you know, sheet metal like this, and man, I thought about doing that with my little raised beds over there. Right? I thought about doing it over there, but I did use some of it for my compost bin, my compost pile that's, you know, stuck over there. My chickens can jump in. But I decided not to use it for my grow beds. But this is where it's going to go. So the idea is to have, I'm going to have a shelf that is, how am I going to do this? A shelf that's going to go just under the top between these two posts, right there. And I may extend it over to, get my arm to go in the right direction, that post, but we'll see. And it's gonna have legs that are gonna go down to the ground, but it's gonna sit right up underneath the edge of that lip right there. And what I'm doing is I'm gonna use the large Folgers coffee cans for my containers to grow in, okay? And I used, the last time that I did an aquaponics system like this, I used the cozy, not cozy kitten, but the kitty litter buckets, the little square ones, and it worked great. And I used perlite for the bedding material. I'm gonna do things a little bit different this time. And I'm not gonna have any bedding material, because what it ended up happening is that the plants grew so well that they became root bound inside of that perlite, and the water would no longer transfer from the top of the from the base of the plant through the perlite and then transfer back to the well, okay? And it became a real problem in the heat of the summer whenever those plants were needing to get water all the way down to the bottom. Look who's home. Say hey, Shannon.
Hi.
Hey, YouTube. Say hey, everybody. My beautiful wife. She just got home from work and visiting with my mom. So I was just telling them about how I'm going to do the hydroponics up here.
Okay.
So the sun, there she is. Look how pretty she is.
Oh my goodness, I've been working all day. I look like a hot mess.
Don't we all? I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing. You know me.
Why do you smell so funny?
I smell good. I smell like citronella.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's what I'm smelling. I said funny. I didn't know what it was. Okay. All right.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Thank you for coming in for the video. I love her so much. So, yeah, they will. They'll get a kick out of it. So anyway, the sun. Wait. Yeah. Okay. This is south, back here, and what happens is if I put those cabbages on the ground, you know, on a shelf or something like that on the ground, they're not going to get any sun that way. So I'm going to raise them up. We'll have them buckets. We'll have them buckets on that shelf just below there, so my neighbor behind me, she won't be able to see the buckets. All she'll see is beautiful cabbages growing on top of a fence, and I guarantee you it's gonna bug the heck out of her. She's gonna be very curious as to what I've got going on. She's always very curious about what I've got going on over here. So, and I mean that in the most respectable way. Anyway, so since we got a little daylight, I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all some of this. Now all of this stuff over here is all aquaponics stuff that has come from my other system that we had at the other house. This is one of my tanks right here. This is just an insulated air gas tank, and you can see how beautiful that water is. I do have some tilapia in here and feeder minnows, which they're just to establish this system and keep it going. This is not really being filtered right now. The only thing that's in here is lava rock and some airplane plants that fell off my airplane plant, and I'm just rooting them in here, which they've already started rooting. This one here was almost dead. It got dried out, and that was yesterday. It's already green again. Look at that. See, beautiful color. Aquaponics is awesome. This is the this is the original tank right here. This is a lid that came off of a lawnmower. There was a light in there. There's a light underneath there. This is a good tank. This is going to be re-implemented into the new system. This is a swirl. These are swirl filters right here, okay? So show you. We're gonna set all of this stuff back up. This is all gonna be set back up. These are breeder tanks. This is, oh man, I lift this lid off. Look at all these leaves. In the springtime, ladies and gentlemen, in the south, we have live oaks, and live oaks shed twice a year. They defoliate twice a year, in the fall and in the spring. And it is a hot mess around here, y'all. So anyway, this is, well, you can see what I got in here for my filter media. Look, Amazon. I think I spent 30 bucks and I got about 300 of them suckers. I need to clean this filter out because it is chock full of great stuff to put into my potted plants and my raised beds. Now this is the tank that I have the majority of my tilapia in right here. And this is just some lava rock in this bucket right here, which is being run by a small pump, and it's recirculating, just recirculating. So it's pumping up, it's pumping into the bucket, and it's putting the water through the lava rock and just pumping right back in. All right, this is not really for filtration. This is to keep the water rich with micro and macronutrients, which is gained from the lava rock. Now the lava rock does act as a filtration media, a filter media, because it has a lot of pores and things like that in it, which allows the bacteria something to latch onto and to grow in, okay? We're gonna get into all of this stuff in depth on later videos. This is all stuff, I don't even know, let's see. Okay, that's lemon balm, no, that's peppermint. That's peppermint. That's peppermint. Okay, this is all peppermint. And you can see it overwintered really good. And all that this is just I had some river clams in here, freshwater clams. And they lasted for about 2 months and they died. They didn't work. I thought it was gonna work and it didn't work. But that's okay, you know, trial and error. But yeah, you can see how good this stuff is doing. I mean, it's just, you know, and of course the oak leaves have fallen in here and created a bedding material, and this stuff is just going, it's going crazy. So, okay, so this is a little bit of the system. There's my lid that goes on that right there. I need to get that back on. All of these 55-gallon drums that y'all see around, these are going to be part of the filtration system for this tank, and that tank, and some other filtration stuff that I'm gonna do, which is gonna be really cool. This is gonna be an epic system whenever it's all put together, and I'm gonna bring y'all along for it. And this is all gonna be all cleaned up and everything like that. I promised my wife, my beautiful wife, that this summer, this place was gonna be beautiful back here. We had the chickens turned out. Y'all can see what they did to the yard. They ate every green thing that they could get their beaks on. Yeah, chickens. So, anyway, this is what's gonna be going on. And I'm gonna bring y'all along for it. I probably said that like 3 times now. Guess I'm running out of things to say, so I'll talk to y'all later. And I'm learning how to look at the camera and not look at what's going on right here. It's very distracting. So we'll talk to y'all later. Thank y'all for coming. And you know, I hate saying this. I feel weird saying it because I'm not doing this for money, but I do like showing people and teaching people how to do things. I've always enjoyed teaching people how to do things. And especially young people, man, because they're the next generation. And if we don't teach them, how are they gonna know? What if there's no YouTube? All right, thank y'all for coming. If you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel. Tell your buddies about it. Tell your family members about it, because I promise that I'm gonna have y'all some good content coming up. I promise. All right, beach family out.